Tip Talk.
So, welcome to Tip Talk, everybody. It's a beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning in Pequannock, New Jersey, and I'm with my wonderful guest, Shelli Williams. She's from Spring Point Senior Living,
I am.
and she's the director of admissions, and she's also the MC for United X.
More
So,
importantly,
yes, more importantly. And so thank you for being the MC for United X. I appreciate it. And thank you for being here today on Tip Talk. I really appreciate it. As you know, I love you dearly. They said
I
to
love
me,
you dearly too.
they said to me the other day, and they said to Shelli and I the other day, they said, you guys just get a room. And so here we are. We got a room.
The room you picked is perfect for us.
Yes, we're at A&J Studios here in Pequannock, New Jersey. And we appreciate them, opening their doors and providing that room, don't we?
I do appreciate it because although we have sat in front of two microphones together for quite some time before, it wasn't quite this swanky and nice. This is professionalism at its best. I've never seen anything like it.
It's awesome, right?
Outstanding.
It's awesome. So, Shelli, tell us about United X. It's happening on May 15th at the Wayne YMCA. Tell us about it. Tell us what's happening. Tell us who it's benefiting. Go ahead.
Well, you got it, Paul. So, first and foremost, I'm so excited to be the MC. I am up for the task. I have been studying our guests, our speakers, and it's a day that you're not going to want to miss. I know you're not going to miss it, but it's a day everyone's not going to want to miss. The things that you're going to come out of with that day are going to help your business. They're going to help you personally. They're going to help you spiritually. And the lineup that you've created, headlining, of course, with yourself.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. To hear the group of people that are speaking that day really is going to be something else. You have gathered a group of consummate professionals that I cannot wait to be, call it a small part, but, navigating the ship is going to be something that I'm very comfortable doing, and I'm very excited to roll with. Our speakers come from many different walks of business and personal. You're going to get to hear a little bit about both of those things for each performer. Do we call them performer speakers?
Sure.
Performer speakers. The way I see the day going, it's going to be not only educational, but entertaining.
Now it's happening on May 15th. The doors
is.
open at 9 a.m. There's going to be open networking that occurs, and that's going to be a beautiful thing. Tell us about, the walks of life that will be at the event.
There's going to be such a broad spectrum of people coming that day, from people in the community activists, pillars of the society, and the pillars of United Tips, which is the most important part. We are going to be raising money for the Y, and it is not just for continuing programs, but the people that you're going to hear speak are going to talk about the pillars of United Tips, which community is a big part for me. You know that. And off the top of my head, I have no idea what the other two pillars are, and I studied for 2 days. So
No, not a problem.
Help me out, Paul.
So the event is going to be really very similar to the pillars of United Tips of America. And our three pillars are: the first one is the exchange of qualified business referrals between members. And so there will be a huge networking aspect to the event. The second part of the pillars of United Tips of America is the public speaking part. In the public speaking, we have a really large, focus on public speaking. I mean, let's be honest about it. Everybody out there, some more than others, are what we consider to be really, for lack of a better word, presentation centric, meaning that when we have a prospect that sits in front of us, we are expected to probe with them, learn their problems, learn their pain, and then, tailor some type of a solution based on what it is that they told us about, and how good you are at being able to convert that person from a prospect to an actual paying client is going to largely depend upon your skills and how you present yourself and your public speaking and your presentation skills. And so it's very, very important that we work on it. And so that's the second pillar. And that's really the second aspect of United X, is that, we will have a lineup of public speakers talking and dishing on a variety of topics throughout the entire performance, culminating in my own talk, which I'm going to be headlining the event. So I'm really excited about that. The
I
third,
have a quick question, actually,
yeah,
if we can just roll back to that first pillar quickly.
yeah,
What sparked my imagination for that day, if you will, is there are there's no person that will not benefit from coming to this event for the networking pillar, from your local mom and pop shop all the way up to you at a corporate level with 10,000 employees, because the breakdown of how we do things at United Tips will benefit all. So when I think about my book of business and my bench of friends that I plan on asking to come to this event, I can't think of one person that will not, I don't want to say get something out of the day, but that will
benefit in
benefit
some way.
in some way. And we talk about this all the time, you and I, how surprised I am at the benefit that I get from United Tips. And I'll remind you that I don't have a business in the area. I live an hour away. My closest business is in Denville, New Jersey. However, the camaraderie and friendships and connections that I have made through United Tips have built my bench so deep that in my line of work, which is healthcare, there's no one I cannot help. No one. So I feel like coming to our event that day, the United X on May 15th at 9 o'clock at the Wayne YMCA. How's that? I feel like I just can't think of a person that isn't going to find some level of um, success from the day, which is, that's what my time is worth for sure.
Absolutely. And you've become, among your network of people, you've become the I got a guy. Somebody needs something, they go to Shelli Williams. Somebody needs somebody, they come to Paul Bastante, Andrew Santiago. Insert name here. I mean, this is what networking can do for you. It's not just about what you get in terms of referrals, but it's sometimes about what you can give to your current clients to position yourself as somebody who is in it for more than just, that transaction. And that's really the first one. Second one, like I said, public speaking. The third one really is really the most important one. It's what we do. It's what makes UTA special, is that we have an outreach to charity, to the community, and this event is going to, result in a donation to the Wayne YMCA, and it's going to be for their what's called ASC program, which is scholarships that are provided for families that are less fortunate, and they can't take the swimming lessons, or they can't do the daycare, or they can't, play the pickleball or whatever it is that you do at the YMCA, because there's so many things.
It's fun to stay there, I've heard.
It is. It's fun to stay, for sure.
I
You can
had
have a
to.
good time.
You can.
That's the third thing, is the charity. And I'm getting one of those big checks. You see them,
I had one last year.
aren't they awesome?
It was the highlight of my fundraiser that I ran last year. We've always been, you and I, if I look back on our 20 plus years of time together, we're always helping others.
Well,
So the third pillar, not to be the elitist in the group, but out of the three pillars, the third pillar is what balances me. It makes sure that my personal missions are being achieved, and are being achieved through our group.
well, listen, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. A lot of times people will have an issue with raising money, or, conducting business in association with, a cause, a person, an organization, a thing. But I'm here to tell you, in networking, in any line of work that you're in, and anything that you do, when you add that part to it, it's magic, is it not? I mean, you're helping somebody, you are making the world a better place. Okay. And you're right. Throughout the years, that's exactly what we've done. And this United Tips of Americans is an extension of that. And United X is an extension of that.
Feeds the soul.
Feeds the soul. And you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm making out. Okay. Yeah, there is a greedy part to it. It feels goddamn good,
It sure
Shelly,
does.
sometimes. You know what I
All
mean?
the time.
When you bring out the big check and
All
the
the
person
time.
comes up and they're like, everybody in the audience is like, oh, looking at that, the inference and the takeaway, okay, is that that particular organization, that particular company is part of the solution, right? They're not part of the problem.
We are not just tip grabbers.
No tip grabbers.
We have no expectation of performance other than being your altruistic self and coming and joining us. Paying attention is really all you need to do that day. If you don't pay attention and you don't put your whole heart into it and you're coming just for the greed part of it, it's not going to work out for you. However, I'm telling you, what you'll get out of that day, besides being with the wonderful people at the Y, I've done many events there and I've spent time there, not only playing bingo, just saying. I've spent time with them as a healthcare provider in the Wayne area in my former employer, with my former employer. They're just a great bunch. They're a hardworking bunch, and they really are always looking for the greater good that can come out of the things that they're providing for the community. That's a nice feather in their cap. I'm
N-
glad they're having us.
No doubt about it. The YMCA is a great organization, and they are also really a linchpin of the community. They do so much good work. They help so many individual people out. So everybody at home, this is really what we're trying to do. So I need you to go, okay, right now to your phone. I need you to put in www.unitedtipsofamerica.org/UnitedX. When you do this, you will be presented with a way to register for the event, and then you will become part of history. The first ever
The first
United
one,
X, the
the
first
inaugural.
one. Well, we don't want to call it inaugural, and
Why?
we don't want
Is
to
that a
say
bad
one.
connotation?
No, but when you have a first event, you want to make sure that you don't. It's like, yes, it's the first one, and you plan, yes, on having others, but you don't talk about the others until you have the
All right, I
second
take my
one.
inaugural
All
back.
right. So people, www.unitedtipsofamerica.org/UnitedX. That's it. That's the registration link for the event. Please do that as soon as you can. Matter of fact, stop what you're doing now. Stop even listening to Shelly and
Stop.
myself. Stop it right now. Go and look it up and make the registration and become part of history. Now, Shelly,
Yes, Paul.
I was hoping you'd say that back to me.
I've never said that before.
You mentioned before about like the giving aspect, right? And right now in terms of networking, it's the season. It's like the networking season. And what that means is that you're going to start to get a whole bunch of invitations for events that are happening, including United X. And you're going to go to them, and you're going to go to multiple ones of them, and you're going to meet people at them, and you're going to have impromptu one-to-ones.
Yes,
So what I would like to do right now for the people at home, for you, Shelly,
I'm
have a
ready.
conversation regarding what to do when a one-to-one, okay, has taken place. And, I'm just going to assume that during the one-to-one, what you're trying to do is you're trying to learn a little bit something about that person that's second level, not about their job. But I feel like when you do so many one-to-ones, it's really hard to put the attention on the follow-up necessary in order to capitalize on said one-to-one. So some of the things that we should do, and I want to just start off with this one. I'm going to get some opinion on you because you're a master networker yourself. Is that when you leave that one-to-one later in the day, I have been taught by some members of United Tips of America that you should leave a review for them. So I have a one-to-one with you at an event, right? We're at the event. I learn about you and everything's great. And then later on in the day, you're going about your day. You forgot all about our one-to-one. But then your email blings. You look at it and you're like, oh, I got a review. Who's the review from? Oh, the person I had a one-to-one with today. And it reinforces. And it's also like, wow, that's so cool that they did that for me. And then on top of that, I don't know if you guys know or not, but reviews are a serious, serious way to get, impressions on the internet and Google search and things like that. Those are things that are syndicated. So when you give the gift of a review to somebody, you're really giving them something. You're not just, it's not just token stuff. It's not just like, I'm just making a shout out. No, 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 no. You're giving them something that will be in their business life for the rest of time. What are some other things that we can do to capitalize on that one-to-one later in the day after the fact?
I'm gonna jump back for a second and remind everybody that there's a difference between a Google review and an Amazon review. It's not a 5-click forced one sentence Google review. If you truly feel after your one-to-one that you've had an amazing experience, give that gift back, like you said. Write a one-to-one that means something and not just A plus 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 plus. Don't do the minimum to fill up the number of characters that it requires for you to hit submit, like you would do on an Amazon review or an online purchase. This isn't an online purchase. This is your bread and butter. We all go to work every day for one reason. We want to make money. If you were independently wealthy, you may not do what you're doing right now. You may do it, yeah, a little bit here and there, but the reason why we get up every day and we grind every day is so we make that money, so we make that connection, so we get that next client. Something that I definitely do each time, and you talked about it briefly, is I'm not just coming to find out about your business. I want to find out about you. I trust humans when it comes to making a referral or using someone for a business. So if I can connect with that one thing, whether it be their dog, their kids, there's right now, all of my sports teams are doing quite incredibly well. So if it's a sports connection, I made a connection yesterday with a gentleman. I know he loves the New York Rangers. So not only am I going to write a review for Dan, shoot him an email thanking him for lunch, great miso salmon, right? I'm going to write the whole shebang out in the email. I know that the Rangers' next game, win or lose, hopefully win, right? Friday against the Capitals. I'm going to message him before the game. Just a simple LGR. Let's go Rangers. If I know someone is struggling with their personal life, I have a dear friend right now who's going through something. So I gave him a call this morning. I'm like, hey, how you doing? We won't talk about who that is. But if you hear something, give it that personal touch. Give it the Jerry Maguire. Personal attention. If you want to make the Quan, you need personal attention. I feel like that is more important than anything. And I'll go right to United Tip. I know more about the 30 or more people in my United Tips group than I know about anybody I work with on a regular basis, from vendors to employees to my boss to my clients. Our United Tip family, and you'll feel that when you come to United X on May 15th at 9 o'clock in the morning at the Wayne YMCA. How'd I do?
That's awesome.
Thank you. You'll feel that familial feeling is what is going to say, yes, I'm going to use you for business because I know that I'm getting that personal attention. In a world of shoved down digital, check yourself out things that are happening, that personal attention is going to be what sets your business apart. You are selling you no matter what your widget is. So after your one-to-one, when you go and you follow up, make it personal. Make it something. Doesn't need to be something tangible. It doesn't need to be something that costs money. You don't need to send a fruit basket anymore, right? You used to get, your Harry and David fruit basket after you close a deal or
Not
a
to be
gift
confused
card.
with the fruit cup.
No, absolutely not. In case you were confused. So that personal attention, that thing, I know that a bunch of people in my group, in my United Tips group, who will be at United X, some of them speakers, they all want to go skydiving. So you better believe that I've been skydivesussex.com checking to see if there's a group deal, if there's a Groupon, if this, because I'm going to say, hey guys, class trip. And what that does for my group, it fulfills one of their dreams. We spend the day together. We move on together as a group, inter-referring, which is what the guise is of the Master Paul Bastante plan, right? So that I think just that after that one-to-one, you of course you're going to send an email. Great, you're going to do a Google review.
But everybody sends the email.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Do something fabulous.
That's right. I agree.
Step outside your comfort zone, and or if you are having that conversation, you don't know anything about the New York Rangers. Open your computer and find out.
Yeah, Google it.
Paint your face red and blue.
It's 2024, Shelly.
Exactly right.
So listen, those are all unbelievable tips, and you know what? That is what the education part is. And hopefully today you tuned in and look, Shelly and I didn't invent it. We weren't the ones that came up with the
We don't
one to
even
one
like each other.
concept. You don't have to like each other, okay? But the thing is that the networking part of your overall marketing program should include these one-to-ones. And the best way to capitalize on them is to do something after the fact that makes you stand out and reinforces that relationship, hopefully. And so I hope that even just watching this, even though we're promoting United X, that you guys got that hack that you can do as we head into networking season and
Duck season, rabbit season, networking season.
Agreed. And so let me go back to it. United X, May 15th, 9 a.m. There's going to be open networking.
Vendor tables.
Vendor tables. There's a lot of vendor tables. A lot of people have signed up. The interest is really fantastic, and we have to cap it at a certain number. So we'll do that. But in the meantime, please register. And if you are part of the next 100 people who register for the event, you will receive, drum roll please, a United Tips of America pint glass. I know, but it costs like $300 to ship these things. So it's a big deal. This is a big deal, these glasses. So you'll get one. You'll have it in your cabinet forever. And just because if you're going to register anyway, please just do it sooner rather than later. And I'd appreciate it. Shelly's from Spring Point Senior Living, the director of admissions, senior director of admissions. Give us
which means I'm over 50.
Give us your 30-second commercial.
My 30-second commercial is Spring Point is a continuing care retirement community. We serve the needs of 55 plus, independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, respite, and hospice. There is no one in the state that does healthcare better than my team. And I would put them up against anybody. The people that we take care of on a regular basis, I am responsible for almost 4,000 senior citizens in the state of New Jersey and one in Delaware. They know my name. Tell me when 4,000 people know your name.
Thank you. 30 seconds only. So I had to stop you there. Great elevator pitch, though.
Thank you.
One last thing before we go. I need to ask you, in every single one of the meetings in United Tips of America, we have an icebreaker question. I prepared one specifically for you for this meeting.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to go ahead.
I'm nervous.
So are you ready for it?
I'm totally ready.
Okay. So Shelli Williams and the Spring Point Senior Living, if you guys were a candy bar, what kind of candy bar would you be? And how would that be representative of what it would be like to do business with Spring Point?
That is a great question. Let me.
Play
candy.
Along at home, by the way.
I love so much candy that I just went through. I literally went Mars bar, Snickers, Milky Way, Kit Kat, York peppermint patty. Feel the sensation, really. A lot of goodness in a compact little couple of bites, but refreshing. We're not a curmudgeon-y old business. Spring Point is the York peppermint patty. Feel the sensation.
Great. Feel the sensation. Shelli Williams, thanks for being with us today
on
Tip Talk. It's always a pleasure. And they told us to get a room. We did. I hope this was good for them as it was for us.
This is a room that I could die in.
Yeah, it really is. We're at
great lighting.
We're at A&J Studios here in Pequannock, New Jersey. If you are looking for any type of an opportunity to do a podcast, this place does podcasts, and boy, do they do it good. Do they not? Look, even our logo's on the.
I love this. I love the on air. I love the microphone. It's very classic.
Yes.
But it's also, you can tell with the technology that I'm looking around and seeing that it is A-rate. And podcast is $1 billion industry.
Everybody got one.
Yeah. Mine's called Dig It Dude.
and Tip
More
Talk,
on
as
that
we're on
later.
right now.
I know,
And so
TikTok.
hopefully we're going to go on with ANJ and still do these cool podcasts. But in the meantime, please register for United X,
UnitedTipsOfAmerica.org
www.unitedtipsofamerica.org
forward
forward
slash
slash United
United X.
X.